All right, guys. I figured today would be a good day to go through some season evaluations. We've already passed mid-season, so we can't really do mid-season evaluations. So we're just going to go ahead and do evaluations of where you are right now. And basically, the evaluations will say either using your preseason expectations, you'll be given a grade from A to F on how you've met your expectations so far this season. But before we go into the mid-season, the season evaluations so far, I want to say congratulations to Penn State. You will be hosting College Game Day this weekend. Thank you, but can we talk to the producers and stuff like that to stop having our biggest game at noon? Yeah, can we just have a night game for once? Oh, sorry, the almighty Big Noon Kickoff has no, there's nothing I can do about Big Noon Kickoff. Have I mentioned I hate Big Noon? Ohio State don't even bother to say anything because we all know you love Big Noon Kickoff. Yeah, I would too if they continuously sucked on me. Okay, now that's just inappropriate. So anyway, Michigan, since you were just here, Michigan, based on your preseason expectations, I'd say, you weren't projected to go back to back or anything like that, but I said we were going back to back. Yeah, well, that prediction about went as well as LSU's defense against the read option, but we'll get to that later. As I was saying, though, Michigan, I give you a grade of C. Because your offense... Now, if I was grading your whole team overall, defense, I'd give you probably a B. But your offense, however... Yeah, the less we talk about that, the better. Yeah, I don't really know what happened. I knew Alex Orji and Jack Tuttle weren't going to be exactly, the saviors and stuff like that, and the second coming to help us be good again. And maybe Donovan Edwards being on the cover of NCAA 25 wasn't the greatest option considering he hasn't really done much. But we still got a natty last year. Yeah, until the NCAA takes it away. Ohio State, I'll go ahead and do you next. Considering you've played one top 25 team, and you lost due to the most Nebraska way. Look, it wasn't our fault that our quarterback decided to run when he forgot how much time we had left on the clock. And while that may be true, it doesn't change the fact that considering where you were expected to be and considering, everything and how much trash you talked at the beginning of the year, I'm going to have to say you're getting a B. That's ridiculous. We're literally undefeated and in the top 5. Well, you haven't played like it because the one top 25 team you've played, you got beat by. And you're probably going to get beat by Indiana. And speaking of Indiana, considering your preseason expectation, I'm giving you an A+. Thank you. This season has been a rush of just happiness and emotions that I have never felt before. And this is so weird to me. But is it crazy that we literally could be 10-0 heading into the game against Ohio State? This is insanity. It's very much possible. And considering how Ohio State played this weekend, I wouldn't even be surprised if you could beat them. Did y'all know that was my 32nd straight one-possession loss in 7 years? I should get a trophy for that. Oh yeah, the trophy for bringing the worst one, the trophy for becoming the new Vanderbilt of college football. That's the trophy you would get. Vandy, I'm also gonna go ahead and give you an A. I'm gonna give you an A, not quite an A+, but I'm gonna give you an A, literally because you're the literal basement dweller of college football, and you've just surprised everybody. Yes, and we are just one win away from being bowl eligible. And considering we've still got some teams on the schedule that are very manageable, I think we can. And considering we took Texas to the wire, what I would do for a Vanderbilt versus Indiana national championship. It would be the greatest, worst national championship of all time. And Texas, I'm going to go ahead and say that you get, considering your preseason expectations, you were expected to be one of the top programs in the country. And to be fair, you have. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an A just because you've done literally exactly what we expected you to do. Thank you. This is such a weird position to be in, but I could not be happier about it. Oh yeah, Nebraska. I forgot. I needed to give you your grade as well. Nebraska, your grade. I'm giving you a B, considering you've been a D to an F for the past 6 years. I'm giving you a B because you're 5-3. You've got one win until you're officially bowl eligible for the first time since 2016. You've got UCLA coming up next. Should be very beatable, but I mean, considering it's you, I wouldn't be surprised if you lost. But yeah, I'm giving you a B for now. That is the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. And I've been told a lot of things in the past 6 years. Next up, I want to talk about USC. USC, after week 1, your projection was actually going to be an A, actually. But after week 1, yeah. I'll have you know, week 1 feels like 8 years ago. And for that reason, you are getting a C-. The only thing keeping you out of a D to an F is that win in week 1. And even then, that win in week 1 might not be all that impressive anymore, considering... Okay, what's with these random just cheap shots? Considering you're in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you know a lot about cheap shots. Anyway, I guess Georgia and Florida probably would too, huh? Dang, Florida isn't even here to take it. And considering how fast Georgia likes to drive, I'm surprised he's not here yet either. Whew, sorry guys, I'm late. Wait a minute. I got here on a legally okay speed, okay? Oh yeah, I'm sure Henry Ruggs said the exact same thing. Bama, considering your preseason expectations, we'll go ahead and get you out of the way next. You weren't expected to be the top, considering you just lost the greatest coach of all time. No, we were. Okay, fine, I'll say that you were, but that just means your grade just goes down further. Bama, you're getting a C, because your defense is softer than Charmin. Yeah, I know. But did you guys see we beat Missouri, though? Like, we didn't even just beat them, we clobbered them. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to beat a mid-tier Big 12 school. What are you talking about? I'm in the SEC. Yeah, well, you shouldn't be. Like, seriously, who would lose to a mid-tier Big 12 school? I mean, I could think of one exception to that remark. Okay, yeah, it's about that time. LSU, coming into this game, you were a minus. After this game, I mean, your defense has improved. It just seems like your offense forgot to show up in the second half. It just seems like your whole team forgets that football has two halves in a game. Yeah, if it's 1 week, we're a second half team. Next week we're playing great, and then the next week we're playing great in the first half, and then we completely forget to show up in the second half. And for that, I'm dropping you to a B. I mean, it's better than nothing. And considering you've got Alabama and Vanderbilt still left on the schedule, that may drop further. Oh yeah, and Georgia, since you just were here, I'm going to go ahead and give you an A, because you're doing basically exactly what we said you were going to do this year, including losing to Alabama, like always. Look, we're the number 2 team in the country, even with one loss. We're ahead of an undefeated Ohio State, even though they haven't played anybody. So you know what? I don't even care. At Penn State, you were here earlier. So far, I mean, you haven't really played anybody impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a B as well. We'd probably be higher if that win against Wisconsin looked better, huh? Yeah, probably. In Wisconsin, your season grade's a C just because you haven't really done much of anything. I'm sorry. No. Don't be sorry. I don't blame you. I thought we were going to do a lot more this season, too. Texas A&M will be next. Texas A&M, considering you're lost in week 1 at Notre Dame and then proceeding to barely beat a team that finished like 5th in the MAC last year, I had little hope for you. But you've completely proved me wrong. I mean, got a good win against LSU. I mean, you're now top 10 in the country. A&M, I'm going to give you an A- right now. And we are in sole possession of first place in the SEC for the first time ever, which feels so weird to say. But you know what? Our path to the SEC championship and the playoff has never looked brighter since before the 2020 season got remade. But we're not going to talk about that because it doesn't even matter anymore. Another team I'm going to go ahead and give an A is Pitt and Iowa State. Both get A's for this season so far. I mean, all we have to do is literally just win out, and we're in the playoff. Like, this is literally insanity. And some of y'all really thought Syracuse was going to pull the upset on us. Well, considering how good Kyle McCord had been playing for the past couple of weeks, I thought so too, but then we just got reminded of We're Syracuse. Yeah, tough loss, Syracuse, but I mean, I'm still giving you a B for the season so far. Washington, I'm also giving you a B. I mean, it's fair considering we just went to the national championship last year and we lost a lot. I mean, yeah, it's fair. Clemson, after your week 1 loss to Georgia in embarrassing fashion, you've bounced back amazingly. You have not had a game where I've honestly gotten terrified that you were going to lose. So you know what? Congratulations, Clemson. You are an A-tier team right now. Whew, it's good to have that feeling back again. I haven't had this feeling since 2020. However, Clemson, the team in front of you is Miami. They're with an A+ right now. We got the ACC drags in front of us. We got a Heisman contending quarterback. Even though we are winning by very, very close margins, winning is winning. Indeed, winning is winning. The next 2 teams I want to talk about are 2 teams that I really, really, really wish I could have kept off of national television. Is Auburn and Kentucky. Kentucky, you get a C. Auburn, you get a D-. I mean, I knew the rails were going to come off of us after a little bit, so... You know what? Go ahead and just give us an F. Go ahead. I don't even care. Football cannot hurt me anymore. I see you're back on the hard stuff. Oh, that's my secret, actually. I was never off of it. Don't worry, though, Auburn. I've got 2 more teams joining you in an F tier. Those 2 teams being Kansas and Florida State. A tier that I really didn't think we were going to be at this time of the season earlier this year. Yeah, I'm sorry, Kansas. It pained me to have to say that as well. I was really hoping that it was going to be a turnaround, but I'm sorry, Kansas. Can't you be sorry to me too? You're right. I'm sorry, Florida State. I'm sorry that you can't win a game to save your life. Okay, there it is. However, Florida State, congratulations. You are the first team to go 12-1 and once the season prior, and then proceed to only win 1 game so far this season. So congratulations, Florida State. You're really making history. Just FYI, you don't have to give us our grade, because our grade is simply, I already know our grade's at A, because for swag. First of all, your grade was not an A for Swagger. Swagger doesn't even start with an A. Your grade was actually going to be like a B+, considering how well you've played. South Carolina. I don't understand the Gamecocks. That's okay. Nobody does. You can just go ahead and give us an F2. Actually, Oklahoma, considering where you were expected to start this season in your first year in the SEC, you weren't actually expected to be, like, absurdly good. So actually, if I'm being honest with you, I'm only giving you a C-. I gotta say, that's honestly very surprising. Tennessee, I would be giving you an A, but considering how your offense sometimes plays great and then 1 week plays like, well, Florida, I'm gonna have to give you a B+. I just can't put you in an A right now. No, that's okay. I don't want to be an A. I want to be a lower tier so I can continue to prove everybody wrong. Missouri, you were here earlier. Considering you were expected to be a playoff team this year because you had a very soft schedule, Missouri, you're getting a C+. I mean, technically, if we win out, we could still make the playoff. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I feel like a 9-3 Big Ten team is probably going to get in over you, considering your schedule is Sherman ultra soft. I mean, Missouri, your SEC slate is literally softer than LSU secondary. Again, with the cheap shots. What was that about cheap shots? No, not that kind, Auburn. And can we just really quickly give a congratulations to Ole Miss for finally looking like a top 25 team again. Good job. Oh, who clapped? Oh, yeah, sorry about that, guys. He gets a little bit jumpy when you do that. Yeah, speaking of Ole Miss, considering your expectations for this year were supposed to be like an SEC contending team, and a playoff contender, yeah, I'm sorry, Ole Miss, you're getting like a B-. That is higher than I thought you were going to give us. Boise State is the next team I want to talk about. Boise, you've got the Heisman contender, a guy that's on pace to break multiple records I never thought would ever be broken, which is insanity. You're the group of 5 favorite to win the college football playoff. And considering this season, it wouldn't be as surprising as you may think to actually potentially make a run in the playoff. Boise State, I'm giving you an A+. And to think, we almost beat the current number 1 team in the country. I mean, I love being back, and we're doing the Pac-12 and next season. I mean, saddle up, boys, saddle up. The Smurf turf is coming in clutch. I'll tell you what. What do you have to say for me? What do you got to say for me? All right, Colorado. Considering you weren't expected to do much this season, and you're officially bowl eligible, Coach Prime in Colorado, I'm giving you an A- right now. Excellent. The last team I want to talk about is a team that at the beginning of the year I was trashing. I was calling overrated. I was laughing at. I refused to even give them any sort of acknowledgement. Oh, I've been waiting for this. The team I am giving an A+ for this season for being, so far, in my opinion, the best team in the country right now. The Oregon Ducks. We can work on your enthusiasm a little bit, but that was good enough for now. So thank you all for this incredible season so far. I am grateful to be your proud representing number 1 team in the country. All these jokes that have been made over the past season and everything that's been going on, it is so nice to finally be spitting in all of your faces. I'm sorry, isn't this the guy that has more uniform options than national championships? Isn't this the guy that cares more about uniforms than he does winning football games? Isn't that the guy we beat for our last national championship? So you guys are still taking shots at us. Okay, we'll continue to prove you wrong over and over and over again. Don't worry, guys. I will beat them for America. Is it possible for both teams to lose? I don't think that's possible anymore, Ohio State. Dang it. Well, guys, that is all I have for this weekend of college football. We'll be back next Monday with news from Happy Valley as Penn State takes on Ohio State, Michigan, and Oregon, and LSU versus the read option. Okay, can you leave me alone? Can you stop a gimmicky offense that's ran by Army and Navy? Oh, I can punch you right in the mouth is what I'm about to do. I'd like to see you try to do anything offensively. All right, that's it. I'm throwing down. Bring it on, LSU. Should we stop them? Nah, it'll be funnier to watch.